Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So today is the 26th of August. It is Monday, and it is Bhadra Masa or Krishikesha Masa, Krishna Paksha, and Ashtami Tithi. So today is the Sri Krishna Janmashtami, so appearance day of the all of that day, Krishna. So there are a few lines from the ISKCON.com, and so by Giriraj Das, and August 21st, so August 26th. So they said that Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam Evam Yo Veti Tatpataha Tyaktva Deham Punarjanma Naiti Mam Veti Sodjana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. O Arjuna. So it is Bhagavad Gita 4.9. So let us hear about Krishna's birth in Gokula, the description of beauty of this newly born transcendental baby, and see if the sweetness of his divine pastimes can penetrate our steel-framed heart and touch some deep spot within us. Acharyas declared that simply by attentively reading such descriptions, one can easily develop a greed to know and meet this blue-hued covered boy who has big blooming eyes like lotus petals, whose head is decked with a peacock feather, and whose beauty charms millions of cupids. So this is Krishna's own desire. So I'm just going to read some headings and then description of it. So Krishna's own desire. The time for an appearance of Lord coincide with two internal desires of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. First, Lord desired to descend on earth to increase the fortune of Yashoda and Nanda. Also, at that time, Krishna wanted to release the sweet mellow of Sringara Rasa, paramour love, while enacting his worldly pastimes. For these two reasons, the Lord appeared within the material creation on Bhuloka, Earth planet, along with his parents, friends, and other eternal associates. The setting. Shri Nanda, Yashoda, and others appeared in Vrindavana before the Lord. So the Gopas, Gopis, and other eternally liberated associates appeared after the Lord. Then those who had attained perfection by sadhana, namely Shriticharis, Municharis, took birth in Vrindavana. Learning of Krishna's imminent appearance, the earth personified feeling like a wife happily greeting her husband after a long separation, immersed in unlimited joy. At the time of Krishna's birth, the general mass of people tasted the inner bliss that devotees forever relish. Auspicious signs abounded everywhere. As Vishnu's conch shell Panchajanya opens in a clockwise fashion, similarly, auspicious sacrificial fires glowed in all directions. Pure, gentle breezes brought a refreshing coolness like devotees who satisfy and sanctify everyone with their calm, sweet, and affectionate behavior. The whole atmosphere became as completely purified as the heart of a devotee. The devotees once again found peace and prosperity in worshipping the lotus feet of Lord Hari. Fruits filled the jubilant trees. The bodies of all creatures manifested extraordinary beauty and youthful vitality. Men felt extremely joyful and displayed virtuous qualities. Throughout the world, people behaved cordially and interacted amicably. Happiness sprinkled in everyone's eye. And the time. At the end of Dwapara Yuga, which completely destroys faults and doubts, an auspicious, favorable, obstacle-free time appeared on the eighth day of the waning moon in Bhadra month. Just at that sweet moment, the Rohini Nakshatra, along with the good qualities of the moon, and an auspicious conjunction of stars called Ayushman appeared in the sky to give shelter to gentle persons. Krishna's birth in Madura. As the living entity comes out from the womb of his mother and the moon appears on the lap of the eastern direction, Yogeshwara Shri Krishna, the personification of complete bliss, appeared amidst great festivities. As the moon appears in the lap of eastern direction, which is like a beautiful bride, Krishna manifested the wonderful pastime of his appearance out of his love and compassion for the conditioned souls. Due to austerities performed in previous lives, Vasudeva and Devaki received the opportunity to momentarily relish parental affection for Lord Sri Krishna when he appeared before them in his form as Vasudeva. But his final stop is somewhere else. So thereafter, in fear of Kamsa, Vasudeva brought Vasudeva Krishna to Gokula. There, the Supreme Lord appeared as Govinda before Nanda and Yashoda, his eternal parents, who have been smothering him with the sweetest form of parental love since time immemorial. Lord Hari, who is bliss personified, appeared in the home of Nand Maharaja, the king of Vrindavana, for three reasons: to engage the self-satisfied sages in devotional service, to please, number two is to please the devotees by performing sweet transcendental pastimes, and to relieve the earth's burden caused by the demons. At the time of his majestic birth, Krishna employed his inconceivable powers to appear in a body of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. And Krishna's birth in Gokula, everyone in the maternity room swelled with joy upon seeing the Lord's exquisite transcendental form that looked like a creeper of beauty. Mother Yashoda resembled a lake of spiritual ecstasy in which brilliant blue lotus of personified bliss had appeared. Neither the wind nor the bees relished the fragrance of that blue lotus. That unborn lotus was never touched by the waves of the modes of nature. Even Lord Brahma could not see it, what to speak of ordinary men. After Yashoda and her family members fell asleep in the maternity room, Hari cried beautifully like a newborn baby. His crying sounded like the Mahavakya Omkara announcing the auspicious arrival of his pastimes. Omkara is a transcendental vibration that had previously emanated from the mouth of Lord Brahma. When the ladies of Vrindavana heard, they anointed his body, crying. They woke up and ran to see the Lord. With the mellow of their matchless, overflowing affection, they anointed his body. And Krishna's transcendental body? The natural fragrance of Krishna's body smelled just like musk. After the ladies bathed Krishna in sweet ambrosia, he looked clean and beautiful. Then they smeared his body with fragrant sandalwood pulp. The presiding deity of the house sent a champaka flower resembling the flame of a lamp into maternity room to worship that ornament of the three walls. With the strength of his little arms, delicate as tender leaves of a tree, Krishna made all the lamps in the maternity room look like a garland of lotus flower buds. The ladies of Vrindavana saw baby Krishna like a blossoming flower made of the best of blue sapphires, or like a newly unfurled leaf of a tamala tree. Krishna looked like a fresh rain cloud decorated with the musk silk of the goddess of fortune of the three worlds. The ointment of the greatest auspiciousness lined his eyes. His presence filled with the maternity room with good fortune, although a mere baby Krishna had a head full of curly hair to hide the unique signs on his hands, gourd, fish, conch, etc. The Lord folded his delicate petal-like fingers into his lotus palm. At the time, Krishna laid on his back with his eyes closed, and spontaneous love of Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda awoke amidst the joyous chattering of the elderly gopis. Leaning over the bed, she admired her gorgeous son, but upon noticing her own reflection on Krishna's body, she imagined it another woman, thinking that a which had assumed her form to kidnap Krishna. Yashoda became bewildered and yelled, "Get out of here, you go away." Spontaneously, she cried out to Narasimhadeva to protect her precious son. So, beholding Krishna's tender face, Yashoda showered tears of affection that looked like an offering of pearl necklace. Yashoda saw Krishna's body as a mound of dark blue musk, softer than the butter churned from the milk ocean. Overflowing with nectar, his charming body appeared like the foam of milk, but being dark blue in color, it seemed the foam as full of musk juice. Admiring the supremely delicate form of her son, Yashoda worried about his safety and feared the touch of her body might hurt his tender body. As she leaned over the bed, Yashoda bathed Krishna with the milk dripping from her breasts. The elderly gopis instructed Yashoda how to caress the baby in her lap and affectionately push the nipple of her breast into Krishna's mouth to feed him. Due to Yashoda's intense love, personified bliss flowed from her breast as steady streams of milk. When milk sometimes spilled out of Krishna's bimba fruit red lips onto his cheeks, Mother Yashoda would wipe his face with the edge of her cloth. After feeding her son, Yashoda gazed affectionately at him in wonder. She saw her child's body as made of dazzling blue sapphires. His mouth resembled a red bimba fruit, and his hands and feet looked like exquisite rubies. Krishna's nails shone like precious gems. In this way, Yashoda thought her child was completely made of jewels. Then she perceived that his naturally reddish lips looked like uh, Banduka flowers. His hands and feet resembled Java flowers. His nails looked like Malika flowers. Yashoda then thought, Krishna's whole body seems to be made of blue lotus flowers. He does not appear to be mine. After thus deliberating within herself, Yashoda became stunned in amazement. The beautiful soft curly hairs on the right side of Krishna's chest resemble the tender stems of a lotus. Seeing the mark of Srivatsa on his chest, Yashoda thought it was breast milk that had previously spilled out of his mouth. She tried unsuccessfully to remove these milk stains with the edge of her cloth. Struck with wonder, Yashoda thought this must be sign of a great personality. Observing the sign of Lakshmi, a small golden line on the left side of Krishna's chest, Yashoda thought a small yellow bee had made a nest amidst the leaves of a tamala tree. So, could this be a streak of lightning resting on a rain cloud, or could it be the golden streaks marking a black gold testing stone? Krishna's delicate leaf-like uh, hands and feet, glowing pink like the rising sun, look like clusters of lotus flowers flowing in the Yamuna. Okay, so there are a few more paragraphs. All attractive Krishna. Sometimes Yashoda saw curly dark blue locks of baby Krishna as a swarm of bumblebees surrounding his face, intoxicated from drinking too much honey nectar. The bees just hover in the sky. His thick, beautiful blue hair appeared like the dark night. The two lotus eyes of Krishna looked like a pair of blue lotus buds. His cheeks resembled two huge bubbles floating in a lake of liquefied blue sapphires. Krishna's attractive ears looked like a pair of fresh, unfurled leaves growing on a blue creeper. The tip of Krishna's dark nose appeared like the sprout of a tree, and his nostrils looked like bubbles in the Yamuna river, the daughter of the sun god. His lips resemble a pair of red Java flower buds. Krishna's chin rivaled a pair of ripe red jumbo fruits. Seeing the extraordinary beauty of her son fulfilled the purpose of her eyes and submerged Yashoda in an ocean of bliss. And then Nand Maharaja's arrival. So the elderly Vrajavasi ladies addressed um, Vraja, Vrajaraja Nanda, O most fortunate one, you fathered a son. Previously, Nanda Maharaja had felt deeply aggrieved over his long-standing inability to obtain a son. His heart was like a small lake that had completely dried up during a long hot summer. But when Nanda Maharaja heard of his son's birth, he felt as if the dry lake of his heart had been blessed with a sudden downpour of nectar. So this is again glories of Nanda Maharaja. And then let the festivities begin. So cymbals, damru drums, bheris, and big drums vibrated auspicious sounds in specific melodies. A celestial concert of precise political meters, proper rhythms, and metrical composition suddenly manifested there. And then about the uh, Ananda Vrindavana Chempu, chapter number 2. So he who accepts this truth that Krishna's appearance and activities are transcendental on the strength of the authority of the Veda and the and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who does not waste time in philosophical speculations, attains the highest perfectional stage of liberation. Simply by accepting this truth on faith, one can without a doubt attain liberation. The Vedic version Tattvamasi is actually applied in this case. Anyone who understands Lord Krishna to be the Supreme, or who says unto the Lord, You are the same Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, is certainly liberated instantly, and consequently his entrance into the transcendental association of Lord is guaranteed. In other words, such a faithful devotee of the Lord attains perfection. So this is all glories to the most auspicious Janmashtami festival, and all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So this is from Giriraj Das. So this is from discountdeserty.com. So it's a very big, beautiful pastimes, but I have read only part of it. Okay, that is from the event's perspective. So today is Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Okay, so now we shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Lord Brahma is speaking to Narada Muni about different incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So far he has spoke about the Varaha Bhagavan and Suyajna and Kapila Muni, and then Dattatreya and four Kumaras, and then Naranarayana Rishi, and then Prushnigarbha, and then Prithu Maharaj. Prushnigarbha is the one who has appeared in front of Dhruv Maharaj. So, and then Prithu Maharaj, and then Rishabhadeva. So, Rishabhadeva appeared as the son of Nabhi and Meru Devi. So these are the different incarnations so far as explained to Narada Muni. Nabe hasau Vrishabha asa Sudevi sunuhu yovai dadara samadrug jadayoga charyam yat paramhamsham rishayah padam amananti swastha prashantakaranaha parimukta sangaha. So he has controlled all his senses by taking the jadayoga charyam, and which is the yat paramhamsam rushayah padam amananti. So that is the stage of Paramahamsas. That is the Rishabhadeva incarnation. So today Brahma is saying one more incarnation. This is about the Hayasirasha. So or Hayagreva incarnation. So here Brahma says to Narada Muni, when Brahma was performing the sacrifices to please him, at that time the Lord has appeared in his golden form with the horse head. Golden form with the horse head. And he has, when he was breathing through his nostrils, all these Vedic sounds, and they have come very beautifully. Likewise, Brahma is saying, and he is the personified of Vedic hymns and all the sacrifices, and who is the Lord of all the demigods. He is directly Yajna Purusha. Likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 7, verse number 11. Satre mamasa Bhagavan Hayasirashato Sakshat Sayajna Purushaha Tapaniya Varnaham Chendo Mayo Makamayo Akila Devatatma Vacho Bhabuhu Ushitihi Swasato Asya Nastaham Satre Mamasa Bhagavan. Satre, in the sacrificial ceremony, Mama Asa. So whenever Brahma is performing at the time, Asa, the Lord has appeared. Asa Bhagavan Hayasirasha Ato with the horse-like head. So thus, after saying about the Prithvi Maharaj incarnation, after that now Brahma is saying about this Hayasirasha Ato with the head like a horse. Satre Mamasa Bhagavan Hayasirasha Ato Sakshat Sa Yajna Purushaha. Sakshat, directly Sa Yajna Purushaha, that particular personality of Godhead. Yajna Purushaha, the person who is pleased by the performance of sacrifices. Tapaniya Varnaha, he is the golden color with golden hue. Tapaniya Varnaha. Chandomayo Makamayo. Chandomayo Makamayo. So he is the personified Vedic hymns, personified sacrifices. Chandomayo Makamayo Akila Devatatma. He is all the soul of all the demigods. Akila Devatatma. And what he did? Vacho Bhabuvuhu. And whenever he was speak, the sounds coming from him, Vacho Bhabuvuhu. He is speaking to me. Vushatihi, they are very pleasing to hear. When Swasato Asya Nastaha, Swasato Asya Nastaha, when he was breathing through his nostrils. Whenever he is breathing with his nostrils, with the Hayasirsha, with the head of the horse, at the time they are very pleasing to hear. Vacho Bhabuhu Ushatihi Swasato Asya Nastaha. So when he was breathing like that, all the Vedic hymns coming from his nostrils. So likewise Brahma is saying, Satre Mamasa Bhagavan Hayasirshato Saksha Saijna Purushaha Tapaniya Varnaha Chando Mayo Makamayo Akila Devatatma Vacho Babuhu Ushatihi Swasato Asya Nastaha. So translation for this verse. So the Lord appeared as the Hayagriva incarnation in a sacrifice performed by me, Brahma. He is the personified sacrifices, and the hue of his body is golden. He is the personified Vedas as well, and the super soul of all demigods. When he breathed, all the sweet sounds of Vedic hymns came out of his nostrils. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Gaurangi Mataji to read the purport, please? Gaurangi Mataji. Okay, can I request any other devotees, unallocated devotees?
May I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
The Vedic hymns are generally meant for sacrifices performed by fruitive workers who also want to satisfy the demigods to achieve their fruitive result. But the Lord is the personified sacrifices and personified Vedic hymns. Therefore, one who is directly a devotee of the Lord is a person who has automatically both served the purposes of sacrifices and pleased the demigods. The devotees of the Lord may not perform any sacrifice or may not please the demigods as per Vedic injunctions, and still the devotees are on a higher level than the fruitive workers or the worshippers of different demigods. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here Vedic hymns are generally meant for sacrifices performed by fruitive who also want to satisfy the demigods to achieve their fruitive results. So but here yajnate karma. So one has to perform to please the Vishnu. Vishnu is the Yajna Purusha. So here Saksha Sa Yajna Purusha. So but the Lord is personified sacrifices and also personified Vedic hymns. When he was appearing as the Varaha Bhagavan, he is like completely explaining all his nostrils and eye holes, ear holes, everything with the different parts of the sacrificial sacrifices used in items used in the sacrifices, the pots used in the sacrifices. So it was compared, and the fire blazings, it is the chewing of the Lord. Yat charvanam te bhagavan agnihotram. Yat charvanam te, it is chewing of the Lord. So it is entirely Lord is the personified sacrifices. And therefore, one who is a directly devotee of the Lord is a person who has automatically both served the purpose of sacrifices and pleased the demigods. This yata sarvarahanam tata achyutejha. Whenever one achyutejha, whenever one who worships Achyuta, he is worshipping sarva arahanam, all the demigods, just like a watering the tree. Yatata tarormula nishechanena, just like watering the root of a tree, and also giving the food. Pranapaharana yata indriyana. Whenever we give supply the food to the tummy, it nourishes all parts of the body. Likewise, when we worship Krishna, all demigods are worshipped and they're all pleased. And the devotees of the Lord may not perform any sacrifice or may not please the demigods as per the Vedic injunctions. So they know that Krishna is the root of everyone. And still devotees are on a higher level than fruitive workers or the worshippers of different demigods. This is the devotees are very, very top level. So whenever Kapila Bhagwan he is explaining about all the living entities, inclusive of starting from the stones, Jevaha Sreshtahi Ajivaha, without lifeless. Starting from there, gradually bringing and Tatah Prana Brutah Shubhe, Tatah Sachitta Pravaraha, Tatah Indriya Vrittayaha. So, and then gradually, and one sense after one sense, so elevated living entities. Finally, coming to the Varnashrama Dharma, Brahmanas, and then who knows the meaning of the Vedas, and also who can explain the Vedas further, and who is performing, carrying out those duties personally by example. He is the best, apart from, better than him who has relieved from the materialistic Mukta Sankaha Tato Bhuyam, free from the material entanglements. Better than him is the devotee, Adogdha Dharmamatmanaha. तस्मात् मयि अर्पित अशेष क्रिया अर्ध आत्मा निरन्तरः मयि अर्पितात्मनः पुंसो मयि संन्यस्तकर्मणः न पश्यामि परं भूतं न अकर्तुः समदर्शनात्. So the Lord, I do not see anyone better than that person who has surrendered himself unto me. So Kapila Bhagavan says that. So he is the highest level than fruitive workers, worshippers of different demigods. Okay, that is here Prabhupada is explaining in this purport. So Brahma is saying that Hai Sirsha Bhagavan. Satre Mamasa Bhagavan Hai Sirshatho Saksha Saijna Purushaha Tapaniya Vannaha Chendo Mayo Makamayo Akila Devatatma Vacho Babavuhu Ushitihi Swasato Asyanastaha. So whenever Hai Sirsha Bhagavan he was breathing, all these Vedic hymns are coming from his nostrils. He is the personified Vedic hymns and sacrifices and the Lord of all the demigods. Okay, soul of all the demigods. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today, letter to Hamsadatta, April 1st, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request any other allocated devotees, any unallocated devotees to read this letter?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, may I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Hamsadatta, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 27th March 1970. I have duly received your $300 transferred from Germany, and I understand that you are transferring another $1,500 to my account. The mail strike is already over. I am enclosing here with a letter to Hemavati giving her instruction. So far Sankirtana is concerned, I am so much pleased to learn that you are taking Sankirtana as your life and soul. There is no doubt about Krishna's being pleased very much upon those who are engaged in such Sankirtana movement. That is admitted by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Some of the best students like you, Thamala, Mukunda, Shyamasundara, and Jai Govinda are all now in Europe. Now you form a strong party for opening centers as well as organizing World Sankirtana Party. This Sankirtana Party, backed by literatures and books, will certainly bring in a great change in the modern civilization. Godlike civilization can never be happy. Therefore, as soon as they become Krishna conscious, they will feel practical happiness without any doubt. I am so glad that Shivananda is going to be married with a German girl, and similarly, Krishnadas may be also married. My Guru Maharaj created some brahmacharis and sannyasis for preaching work, and I am creating all grihasthas. This means that we have to adjust things in favor of circumstances in the matter of pushing Krishna consciousness movement forward. By correspondence, I am trying to secure a great quantity of deities and mridangas from India, so we must utilize them by opening various centers, which means we must have sufficient manpower, and this will depend on your Sankirtana party. Then everything will go on nicely. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, so here Prabhupada was acknowledging for the money Hansadata was transferring to his account, and Prabhupada was emphasizing that the Sankirtana movement, along with the backing up of literatures, because the general public should not think that we are just sentimentalists, just crying, dancing, and all, but we have the backup of strong philosophy. So the literatures as well as the Sankirtan party, both together, when they reach to the public, they will understand the essence, like what is this, and the modern civilization, godless civilization, cannot be happy. However, they pretend they are happy, but at the core of their heart, they will always feel the empty, the vacuum, because the nature of the so subtle soul is to be to serve this God. So when these thing in the right spirit, when they get these, they will understand the happiness in a practical way. So that is Prabhupada was explaining. So Sankirtan party is very important, and Krishna says in Chaitanya Charitamrita as well as in Bhagavad Gita that that will please Krishna like anything. So Prabhupada was emphasizing the students like Tamala, Mukunda, Hansadatta, Shyamasundran, Jagavand, all they form a group and push this movement forward. And another point is, like Prabhupada was mentioning, Prabhupada's Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, was sending brahmacharis and sannyasis to preach, but Prabhupada was adjusting that in that Prabhupada sent grihasthas. So that is like to adjust the things according to the time, place, and circumstances. So even though the core principle should be same, but we can adjust according to time, place, and circumstances based on the audience. So and that Prabhupada was very genius in doing that. That's why Prabhupada created 108 temples in just 10 years. So that is Prabhupada was mentioning, and Prabhupada was saying like Prabhupada securing a great quantity of deities and mridangas. So it is he is requesting disciples to open many centers. So it is like Prabhupada was already collecting the deities before the centers is established. That is the confidence of Prabhupada and the vision of Prabhupada, like to secure things whenever they want to open a center. The DT should not be like, we should not have DTs. That situation should not happen. So Prabhupada was collecting mridangas and DTs, and they asking disciple to open centers worldwide. So again, Prabhupada was saying like Sankirtana is the backbone. So when we reach out to public with the Sankirtana movement, they will surely inquire what is this, and they will come to the movement. Then we will have the manpower. So Prabhupada is emphasizing the importance of Sankirtana party again, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, this is what I could understand. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely summarized. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So Prabhupada is encouraging, so Sankirtana movement, distribution of the books, and adjust the things based on time and circumstances to push the Krishna consciousness movement forward. Okay, these are nice takeaway points for all of us. Thank you, Mataji. And from the announcements point of view, so tomorrow, Tuesday, is our preaching practice session with Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji at 8 p.m. And today we have got festivals in the temples. I request dear devotees, if you have got updates from the temple, so kindly share. Hare Krishna. Devashish Prabhuji, wanted to update anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, is of course is nice and very like exile. It's very beautiful this year. Is the weather is helping as well. It's very, how do I explain? I don't have the words to explain to you. It's very exotic as well, Prabhu, and very spiritual as well. You feel different. So when you step in there, it's very different. If you have anyone have an opportunity, please visit. And on this auspicious day, get the blessings of the associated devotees and Radha Gokulananda. So very welcome. So we're doing service as well for Prasadam and the Kiwi. So that's it. Very well.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other updates? Sita Sundari Mataji, Ramlala Prabhuji, Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji, Supriya Gopri Mataji, Meena Mataji, Gaurangi Mataji, Asha Mataji.
No, Prabhu. Yesterday we were also with Devashish Prabhu in the temple. It's very nice. We had a fortune to have darshan of His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj. It's very nice. And then lot of devotees there, lot of service. So very nice to see a temple is full of packed devotees and peoples, and lot of, it's kind of very festival mood there. It's very nice to visit on special occasions like this, to see like to see the manor is very big, and then you can see only manor. You can't see a grass. You can see only head, so just looks very nice to see. So,
I just wanted to add something, Prabhu. And it's very satisfying to see our devotees and mostly our group members. They're doing different. It's so different feeling, Prabhu. I cannot explain until you are like, for example, our Janukarna Mataji, she was doing the book distribution and Kirtan and all this. She was so happy, and Suni see us, our group member from our Sangha, everyone feels so happy. Same as our Godibala Prabhu, Sham Godibala Prabhu, he was doing the Go Mata's Puja in that service. So We met Nish Prabhu, Nishkinchana Prabhu, our late of the group, and he blessed all of us. And he was talking to us for a while. Me, Siddhar Prabhu, Mataji, and everyone. So it's a different feeling, Prabhu. So it's a very exciting feeling to meet the devotees, and mostly from our group as well. Haribol.
And one more thing, Prabhu, they have a nice tent which has the about Ram, Sita, Hanuman, and then if you go and have a look at the tent was amazingly beautiful with a lot of points that they mentioned is all very practically how we can able to understand the Ramayana on the current perspective. It looks very nice, like why Sita and why Hanuman to be a servitor, and then sorry. Yeah, if you get a chance to go and then look at the tent, and then I really like the tent very much because it's just a lot of informations that we can use for preaching. It's very nice, that tent. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, we miss your association. I'm doing in Japa, like meditations and Jagruti Mataji. So yeah, wish you were here, Prabhuji.
We'll try to come today, Mataji. We met Usha Mataji. She was in the reception when people are.
Japa Garden. I'm talking about Mongam Prabhuji. If we come, we miss your association.
And we met some other devotees from our group as well. Our Prabhuti Mataji was there. She was in the kitchen. She was helping us for the prasadam and everything. She was with us as well. Yes, and Asha Mataji was there with Prabhuti.
Our service was in evening, so maybe you were not evening. It was after 6 o'clock.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. It is very beautiful. So just I'm very happy to hear from all of you that you are having very good time. Hope there may be a good time for me as well to come and see all of you. Yeah, hope for that. Any other updates, dear devotees? Ramlala Prabhuji, Sita Sundari Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yes. Yeah, we are happy to hear, because when the devotee enjoyed, then we feel really happy. Because nowadays, who can physically presence? If not, now the virtually also we can get the test how is going on. And another thing, this is Prabhupada mentioned too. Archa Vigraha. It should be in the temple. And second thing, at home also we have to do that, because at home very special. It is also um, a festival one day, so and we can invite some surrounding, some other devotees at home. This is also we can celebrate at home also. This is very important, because at home we special way we have to take care to them. This is the special event for them. So home also another temple. So we have to do anyway. We have to do everything, and we have to take care Arsa Vigraha, as well as scripture we have to read, because whenever we are going to distribute books, we need our knowledge. We have to study, because Prabhupada also sometimes mention, if you go to another his disciple also, when you are going to distribute books, you have to study that books. Otherwise, it's another is cheating. So you have to know this, know the books. Then you can present to then others. What is the key point? Then it will be nice. So everything is very auspicious, and also devotee also very very nice. So everything is very auspicious. Whenever we have opportunity, any kind of opportunity, everything is very sublime. Hare Krishna. Happy Janmashtami.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful, Prabhuji. Nicely explained. Okay, so any other updates? Yes, so thank you so much, all the devotees, for sharing all your thoughts. And Sri Asha Mataji, you wanted to share anything?
No.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. You are all engaged in the service in the temple. Very wonderful. Okay, so that which is the savior of all the conditioned souls, the service. Okay, so that is from updates perspective and announcements point of view. And dear devotees, if you're happy, we shall conclude for now and then continue with further japa. And happy Sri Krishna Janmashtami and have a good festival. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindubhyev cha paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananda Koti Vaishnavendra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Have a Krishna conscious day, everyone.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर